Um, as I was saying before, actually, damn it, I wanted to say something about Spider-Verse before I started because. So, did you watch that last night?
Oh, last night I watched Yes Man with Jim Carrey for no
What?
particular reason. I just didn't feel like watching Black
Uh,
Panther, so I went on Netflix and that was there. And to be honest, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was also there, but I didn't realize it was the new one. I thought it was the other one, which I'd already watched on there, until I went on there today. Still not particularly wanting to watch Black Panther for some reason.
yeah,
And
that's.
then
You
now
should
I'm watching
probably.
this.
I don't know. I don't know if you should like keep saying that. I. It just sounds
Well,
weird.
I'm
It just sounds weird. It
sure.
just.
Sure, but I not watching Black Panther for that reason. That they're clicking on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It doesn't hold up
Yeah,
that
but you
that
so you did,
argument.
well,
Uh,
but you didn't watch you, but you watched Yes Man. But you watched
yeah, and it was alright actually. I do like I don't know what you would call them. I guess like early 2000s comedies,
Judd Apatow
like
movies. He's the guy
maybe,
who made all of them. I don't
but
think he
it
made
was
that
like
one.
that. Uh, and then some other ones. There was like a game of tag where it was like all of them, and it
Oh,
had Jeremy
that's
Renner.
quite a recent one.
Um,
That's like that's
oh, is
very
it? I
recent.
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
Tag is recent as hell.
Uh,
That Tag is literally Tag came out in the same year as Infinity War, which obviously drummed up
oh,
fun conversation about Jeremy Renner's schedule. um,
yeah. And he wasn't probably in both of them too much. I mean, he was
well,
like the main
he wasn't in
antagonist of Tag.
Infinity War. That's the point.
Oh yeah, Infinity War, yeah, yeah. Which, yeah, I mean, honest, I don't blame him. I don't think we needed him in Infinity War, and I think he was quite cool in Tag. Tag was
In
good.
Tag,
Point is,
I thought you were gonna say in Endgame.
no,
So you
uh,
watched? Okay. No, it's just that you said something about Spider Verse, but um, how it felt like they hadn't. It's like they weren't letting them do whatever they wanted in the first one, but it was in the
the
second
first
one.
one is obviously like very visually, like that was the thing, right? Like it was actual art style
It's
that was like
covering
out the
time.
gate.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I said the thing.
it was like out the gate, like um, like it was art for like the first time in a while,
It's
and
art for the
obviously
first time in a
it
while.
it caught on, and now there's lots of them. But like even that one, it was generally just comic to like hyperactive cartoon. Meanwhile, this one, like
It
literally,
was
like
kind of one style still. The only exception would be like I guess like Spider-Man Noir was in black and white, but also he just is black and white, so it doesn't really make a
yeah.
difference.
But like the first pre 30 minutes, I think I don't want it's not a spoiler if it's the beginning, but like I would say like a soft watercolor kind of like thing. There was a Renaissance vulture, like from like Da Vinci with that kind of art style, and he is like on like paper and cardboard and that. And then you see like a fucking Lego multiverse and like stuff like that. And it's just like already it's just like going harder with less limitations, which I feel like even though how the other one was so like there
Yeah.
visually, I feel like even then they kind of still weren't given complete freedom, and now they have because obviously it went so well that they've just fucking gone full hog.
Yeah,
And yeah,
it's cool, but I always have to think because I've seen enough clips where Hobie, Spider Punk, I think he
it
looks
hasn't actually pulled
terrible.
up yet.
To be honest, I know that's probably controversial, but every clip I've seen of him, he just doesn't. It looks awful. He doesn't fit in at all, like the style. Um, and I know I think that is entirely the point, but it looks ugly. It's hard to really literally see the details on his body. It doesn't look good moving. I don't know. I don't like it. Every time I saw it, I
I
was like, I
think
don't know why this is like a beloved like style.
you
Um,
the magic skin they like just added, or not just, I guess it's a week old now, but like the punk magic. Apparently that's like they're in the same universe, so
I
that is
told
like a
you that.
universe. Ah, that makes sense. I don't know where else I would have gotten that from. But yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Um, but it's like all these multiverses have like other superheroes in them as well. But you never
Okay.
see it. Spider-Man is very spider-centric. Even though I'm pretty sure the whole goes to the Chinatown shop in Venom because that's part of the Sony verse. Um,
What?
Like,
No,
not the
okay,
hole,
no,
the
I don't,
spot.
I don't
Yeah.
care. Stop. I don't. What? No, stop it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to
It's
start with
just a
that anyway. I
cameo.
wanted to. What do you mean a cameo from who? From Tom Hardy? From Tom?
No, from the Chinese woman who runs the shop,
Oh, of
which I'm pretty sure
course.
Tom Hardy
Yeah.
eats that guy in.
Right.
It
Okay.
heard in the wind.
Yeah. All right. Great. Great. No, that's not. That is not the tangent I wanted to. I didn't want. I love the idea of
If it
starting on a
heard
tangent.
the wind.
It's so dumb. It was supposed to be something that made sense because we were talking about like taking unserious things seriously and vice versa, and how I think that it's a superior way to approach life because it helps you digest the serious things because you're able to make light of them. Obviously, some people struggle with that where they think that means you don't understand how serious something is. That's
Like,
stupid.
I've probably
If you're
joked about
stupid,
my dead cat more than like anyone who hates me, mainly because
I don't
I
think
don't know that
I
my
don't think the
cat's dead.
people who hate
Um,
you are that aware of your life.
exactly, but the point is that I've made jokes about my cat being dead quite a lot, considering it was my little cat.
Yeah, I think the idea
Also,
that
my
you
mum's
can't
little
make
cat,
fun
who
of
does not
serious.
appreciate the jokes.
That's because
She is not a fan.
your mum is like a. This is far too personal already. But she's like an
A
unserious
bitch.
person who is too serious for her own good. It's like you don't have the grounds to be as like unfun as you are. You don't. Have the... Do you know what I mean?
Kind of. The point is,
You should objectively be
jokes
more light-hearted. You should...
jokes are basically always the solution. That's just kind of the fact of the matter.
Except when you're discussing things that are very unserious, where you can
Where
easily
taking it seriously is the joke. Therefore,
well, it's
take it
both
seriously.
the joke, but also the way to actually make it engaging. Otherwise, because if you only engage with like fiction and sort of just less, I guess less meaningful things, although it's not a very nice term because I think fiction has a lot of meaning. But if you take it if you take it very much on the surface level, which I guess would be the unserious approach, you won't find much value in it because you're just
Like if you were watching the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and you're like, these are just cartoon characters. I don't really. It's not that it's like this is silly. Like I don't care about this. Like that's you've got to go in there with a bit of
manly gusto.
let's lock in and give a shit about these fictional characters.
Exactly. That's what I do every time I. That's me. That's my style of locking in. It's every time I consume media.
Yeah.
I lock in so I can appreciate it more.
I'm about to get way too invested in this bullshit, and then the bullshit occurs.
And then
"Hell
obviously you have like unserious what things that are technically unserious, which you could call like the entirety of like the Deep Rock IP and Ghost Ship. You could call them unserious, and we regularly take them far too seriously. But what if
This is a segue.
what if you were in a position where because in the context of it, there's often important things to talk about. That is very much so not the case at the moment. There's nothing in the context of Deep Rock. There is nothing important happening at this moment. So I want to instead of being either avoidant of making anything or pretending that there's something important going on, I think it's best to fully embrace the fact that what we're about to do is so hilariously unimportant. But it's also a bit of a follow-up from previous things. So I've just shown Tyler something I'm about to see in a moment.
Just putting it up. It's loading. It's doing the.
I do wonder if
the
he's
2Q.
able to quickly put together what we're up to before I explain. What can you not see it?
Clicking on it again. It was more effort than it's worth. We're,
So,
so this. Oh, are we gonna be like pitching ideas of all of the cosmetics for all of the beers?
for all of the kind of for all the DLC armors because that's what the Skullcrusher is.
Yeah.
So it's a bit tighter. Yeah, this you could honestly at this point I'm not I can't confidently say this didn't come to me in a dream. because it genuinely might have done. But I was like, this is unserious enough that I think I could either but we could either blast through it or end up actually sinking our teeth into it, and I'm fine with either version.
I'm sure
I'm fine with either
this would be the
outcome.
kind of thing that you'd have liked on a drawing stream. Would have been something.
Oh, we gotta
I'm not saying we
well,
still can't
I
at
would
some
love.
point.
Well,
but
yeah, I'm
if
sure we will. I want to design some beers, right? We can do that. You can draw a lovely beer label and like the mug. You could do that. I think you'd enjoy
I
that. I think
suppose.
you'd enjoy that. I think
Well,
you'd
this should
enjoy
actually
that.
be more Mitchell's area, graphic design.
Then we'll get Mitchell on. Okay. Would he be
Yeah.
opposed to that?
Probably not.
I
But
guess you can work together as
for
well.
now, is there like an order you have ready, or is there just
So obviously it's not
30 something pages?
it's not every DLC. Obviously, it's just the ones with armors plus supporters because. So
Is this not? Are you just trying to connect them? Is that what this is?
you're
Or what?
kind. Okay, so I need to preface the Skull Crusher thing. So if you have Skull Crusher armor or the helmet equipped, or both, obviously having both doesn't cancel it out, but you only need to have the armor or the helmet on, and you get Skull Crusher ale for free. It's pay to win. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Can't believe they did that. And obviously, I'm not expecting them to retroactively do this for any of the other DLCs. But I basically want to choose all the beers that we think would be appropriate for it's like you get this beer for free if you have this armor on. And yes, I've included every beer here. This is not just daily specials. I don't know if we want to be systematic in like they get one daily special and one other beer. I don't hate the idea. I think that makes more sense than just having no restrictions. Because what that means is we can obviously do the one for Skull Crusher, where you get Skull Crusher, but then what about a non-buffing beer? That suits Skull
Randomizer.
Crusher. No, definitely not Randomizer.
Hidden Dwarf.
Definitely not Hidden Dwarf. Definitely not. Well,
Blackout Stout.
I think Black Lock Lager is. I mean, sure.
I've never heard of that in my life. What the hell is that?
I mean, yeah, I know that's fine, but look at it.
Sure. Well, what is Black Lock Lager?
Black Lock Lager is the one that makes you go into like a weird, like void stupor, like the fucking spirits show up on screen. Do you remember you went into a fugue state?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could just give them Slayer Stout as well because it fits, but that's something another daily special, which is no good. So we can't do that.
I think Black Lock Lager works. They look like they've got demons whispering in their ears.
They definitely do. I think it makes perfect sense. I think you could also like Blackout Stout would make just enough sense as well, I guess. Malt Rock Bearer, love Malt Rock Bearer, makes you giant. So.
Or regular sized person, if you think about it.
Also, I will say, I think it's far more. I don't know if you agree. I think it's actually more reasonable for them to if they were to do anything retroactive with these, which is not the point of the video. I'm not proposing that they actually go through and make these beers free for when you're wearing these items, but I think the daily specials do actually make more sense. Yeah, we are. But I think the daily specials make more sense because they're far more fleeting, you know?
Yeah, you could always get a free beer, then that would get abused pretty hard.
Yeah.
I don't know to what end.
Exactly.
You drink a lot of alcohol.
You just have a lot of Black Lock Lager, which is not good for you. It's really bad for you. I genuinely think Black Lock Lager would kill like a Norwegian giant.
A drop would like burn Odin in his grave. Like,
no,
like that.
I don't know about that. I don't know about...
Yeah, you do.
I think that's a bit far. I think you've gone a bit far. You've gone too far.
I think I've not gone far enough. I think a whiff of the vapor of Black Lock Lager would turn Carl himself purple and die.
I think you were turning black.
What is that supposed to mean? What are you trying to say?
Well, I guess I do mean purple because it's like the same effect as like what a black eye is.
Like asphyxiation is what I'm thinking.
Oh God.
He, like instantly loses all air in all of his air in his lungs, like burn.
I
the-
love the idea that
the-
black. I don't think black lager is even close to being the most dangerous one. When you think about
It
it,
doesn't even knock you out.
I mean, what even
It's just
is like?
got that demon in it.
It depends on what the fuck is going on. Because you think about something like Burning Love. Is that it? Are the dwarves just safe from fire?
I would rather drink Burning Love or Arkansas or any of the stupid bullshit like that any day than drink Macterra Brew. I just want to put that on the table.
Oh
I
yeah.
would rather be completely ignited in fire than drink a bunch of fly eggs and have like it burp or fart and they all like swarm out of me.
Oh, for
Like,
sure. I mean, it's like it's literally. I feel like a lot of them feel like they're magical almost. You know, like Wormhole Special, and also like Arkin Stout and stuff. Underhill makes you small. They feel magical almost.
Does
Macterra
Smart Stout have our logo on it?
Yeah. But like Macterra Brew is just fucking ground up Macterra. That shit will kill you quicker than a beer that magically sets you on fire. I'm so certain of it.
Yeah, let's like just start eating you from the inside out, like instantly, as soon as you start swallowing it.
I think it's also its logo is designed to just like fuck with your eyes as well. I think I don't know.
It's nice.
But yeah, it does. Hold on, let's extrapolate. Let's expand this. Look at that representation, baby.
You just got to add a little circle in there, and that is literally boom. Which, to be honest, like if they wanted to do it as a bit, it isn't the worst beer for us to do, because if there was a beer that overanalyzed and explained shit too much, it's Smart Stout. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not perfect, but that does like make it look a lot more like it already, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. All right, let's undo all that. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fairly comprehensive for Skull Crusher. But then you get to Order the Deep, which is you realise how both similar and not similar these back-to-back ones are.
You got to get rid of Skull Crusher and Blacklock.
I thought of a way of doing that, but I don't know if I necessarily care.
You click on it, and then you.
I know how to do it.
So basically, you click. Yeah, there we are, and then you click on Backlog bottom left.
Oh, okay. It blends in with the background almost.
There we are.
Order of the Deep. So let's start with the daily special, the buff beer. We got Pots of Gold, Slayer Stout, Backbreak Stout. I know, and that's because the reason for that is because I didn't have a good enough system. I didn't go into it thinking about doing that. So at the end, I couldn't be bothered to rearrange them fully, but I did just scatter them around more randomly as well. Anyway, so
I think it's Slayer Stout.
I think it's you could say Slayer Stout or Rocky Mountain because it speaks to the spirit of the dwarves. Yeah, I mean Order of the Deep. I don't see them necessarily as mining being their specialty. Not that they aren't like probably far better than the average dwarf at mining, but they do come across as dwarven knights, where I guess Skull Crusher are dwarven barbarians. I think they are the Skull Crusher ale to the Slayer Stout, I guess. Yeah.
The more civilized violence.
I guess so. And as such, I think you need something fairly civilized as their or not, because you could go with Blackout Stout, which I think makes perfect sense.
What's Malt Rock Bearer? What does that do?
Malt Rock Bearer is the one that makes you giant. I think that's a very respectable one. I could see that.
Yeah, that kind of works.
Yeah, I think it's just like there's sort of the instinct to use Blackout Stout though, but and I feel like I feel like but you know what I mean. I feel like the Order of the Deep would I feel like the Order of the Deep would go hard when they drink though. That's what I'm saying. But they are very disciplined, but
but I don't think they'd ever get knocked out. That's the thing.
No, they wouldn't.
I think
they gain. I think they gain from their beer. You know, they reap benefits even if it's not a daily special.
It sharpens their senses.
I was thinking about more Rock
emboldens
Bearer.
them.
I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like more Rock Bearer just in general. It's got a good vibe, I think.
I think the potential
I think it would
of
taste
size
good.
manipulation could be so fucking fun if brought into the game.
Oh god,
Which,
I
you know,
mean,
say what you will about Rock Galactic, but hey, there are special abilities in Rogue Core.
yeah,
Someone who can
I
enlarge
don't
or
think
shrink
they
themselves.
mentioned that, but obviously we know we're getting something like like turning enemies to stone. I think we know
Yeah.
that, which is obviously very Arkin Stout, I guess.
I just
Well,
think,
it's
can you
very
imagine like
freezing, but it's different kind of freezing.
size manipulation as an ability, where
Yeah.
you, like on your ability you could even make yourself bigger or smaller, and your health would change according to that.
Well,
So you can lean more for either like an agile build or a tank build.
Really stupid thing to bring into this, but that was like something I suggested for Rivals. Because for Ant-Man as a strategist,
Yeah.
as in a rogue core class, and he's more supportive. He like either makes teammates bigger to make them stronger, like more health, or smaller so they're like super fucking agile. Those kind of things. Yeah, and not that I would dedicate a video to that, but I think there definitely are gameplay ideas in the beers for sure. The ones that don't affect gameplay. I mean, more Rock Bear and Unhill Deluxe kind of represent one of those, I think. Yeah, I think this is fairly comfortable. Now we get on to our first supporter.
But now you got to get rid of Slayer Stout, Black Rock Lager.
We're quite focused. It's quite an area we've got here. We've got clearing out. And I don't think that's going to change because I'm looking at something.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Well, hold on.
Is supporter one in this? If it is,
okay. Yeah,
we
need
to
be careful. So yeah, we do have supporter 1 and 2. Obviously, this creates this makes the daily specials. It put them into precarious. I need to actually hold on. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 daily specials. And more than this is why I didn't want to do. This is why I wasn't against duplicates. So maybe
no duplicates.
No duplicates. Okay, fine.
You got to start using like other stuff.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
Hidden Dwarf, Randomizer.
We'll just have to take it. So, but the support 2. This is because obviously the supporter packs don't give you armor sets, but they both have helmets in them.
Yeah.
And like I said, with Skull Crusher, as long as you're wearing a helmet, you get it as well. So I think that's fair. Unlike like a framework DLC, there's no armor pieces in there. There's nothing that you can wear on the rig that it's like changes your appearance like that. So I think this makes sense. Yeah. So supporter 2. Well, yeah. I mean, if we're not going to put pots of gold in, I don't think there is an appropriate daily special. Personally,
maybe not. I think Arkan Stout is something.
It's
in my head. It's very regal.
Best fitting, potentially. Yeah.
Like these guys are quite poncy, and I think it's one of the most poncy things I can see there.
Yeah, I doubt anyone's gonna get leaf lovers. Kind of hard to imagine. What?
Maybe one that we don't like. Maybe.
I don't think there are any armors that we feel that way about.
Arkan Stout.
Yeah, maybe.
I think.
Yeah, I think it's let's just put it in there as one of them. Let's cover up these 2 idiots in the middle. But I don't know if there's an other place to go. Really, I don't hate the idea of Rocky Mountain, but I'm sure we can do better with Rocky Mountain.
Yeah.
At the same time, can we? I think about like where Tunnel Ramp might be best placed, for example, and it kind of was the same thing. But Rocky Mountain, that's like very much in the dwarven spirit, I
think Rocky Mountain and Arkan Stout being in like the same aura.
They are.
Right?
They are the same aura. They absolutely are.
Put them together, and you've got like the fucking literally the thing from The Hobbit, like.
Yeah, you do. If I'm not mistaken, is this the one that's from the? It doesn't say. No, it doesn't say the brewery. It's got a logo in it though. It's got a logo.
Yeah.
I think there is literally. I think Lonely Mountain Brewery is actually one of them though. There's also the Seven Dwarves Brewery as well, obviously. Yeah, so I'm putting forth Rocky Mountain actually. I think where you could argue it
Yeah.
makes sense later
I,
on, I think there are other ones that work as well. So, but this
yeah,
actually
I think.
is very much in the Dwarven spirit. Yeah, even though I don't think the style of the support 2 helmet quite matches them that much, but it also does. If we're going for this weird uh role play thing of like the Hobbit.
Yeah.
So sure, there you go, support 2 upgrade. Although, really, what it should do is actually give you Oily Oath because it makes it gives you the premium version. But
Oh yeah, then do that. I Rocky Mountain. On a technicality, it is an Oily Oath one already, like Skull Crusher. So,
hmm?
or it basically already is like how Skull Crusher is Skull Crusher with Oily Oath. It does interact with Oily Oath and turn it
So
into the
wait, so you
perfect,
to get rid of Rocky Mountain?
or one of them at least.
Um,
All three of them, either or.
no. I think like, this can we can do it this way. I don't mind. I also because Oily Oath, Leaf Lovers, and Glyphid Slammer are technically in their own category anyway. But I wasn't going to do it that way. But you can bring it up. I don't think it's completely unfair. They're in like the corporate issue beers. But yeah, unfortunately that means that we can't use Glyphid Slammer on Dawn of the Dread, but that's fine because we have to take
Yeah, I
Glyphid
was
Slammer
thinking
for
that.
Supporter 1. But no, it's fine because mm.
It's true.
Well, but we do have Biohazard, which I think is a fun one for a beer.
I think that Smart Stout should be involved.
Smart Stout could absolutely be involved, but at the same time, this brings like to make me think of all just the gross ones though, like Macterra Brew. But also, it's
that's
not.
true.
Yeah, well, Biohazard. Yeah, Biohazard. I could easily do Macterra Brew or Smart Stout is understandable too. I would actually say I think Red Rock Blaster makes a bit of sense because it's health oriented in a way, isn't it? It's like sanitization. So even Red Rock Blaster, I think, as a daily special.
Yeah, Red Rock Blaster, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be the best. It's going to be. Red Rock Blaster kind of fits with any of the Regal ones as well, I suppose, but that's kind of just because they have that sort of, I guess, the warrior concept imbued in them. I think really there isn't a great fit for Red Rock Blaster, so why not? But then I can kind of see them drinking Leaf Lovers too.
Yeah, a little bit.
So yeah, I thought you either go down the really clean route or the disgusting route. And I'm having difficulty. Not gut right.
I can see Macterra Brew. It's like a grim.
They could. Do you think they could stomach it, or it's like the actual opposite because of the way they could drink it through the masks?
Yeah,
it like filters it. They get given it for free because they get given like
they deal with a
leftover.
lot worse shit than Macterra Brew.
Yeah,
like,
they basically
really
go diving into septic tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what's mashed up Macterra with eggs compared to the Rock Pox.
Yeah, I would have loved a Rock Pox beer as well, though. I don't know what you would have called it. I reckon there's probably a really good pun in there.
Rock Pox. That's all I can
Incredible.
think of. Rock Pox on the rocks. I like that.
That's not bad.
Or something on the Rock Pox.
Yeah, whiskey on the pox.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Macterra Brew is. I want to use Macterra Brew as well. It's also a duality here. I think we've got something quite clean and like revitalizing, and then the complete opposite. Basically, they get mandated to drink Macterra Brew as part of their training, so that's why they get for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they can handle the Macterra Brew, they can handle the reality of the Rock Pox.
Yes. Perfect. Brilliant. Robot Rebellion. Quite ambiguous, I think. In terms of theming. It doesn't bring anything super specific to mind.
Just do that?
I'm deleting them. I'm deleting the ones
that
but used.
You didn't. Well, yeah, I can stout then. I didn't realise. Yeah. This is becoming a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Arkansas. Arkansas. The
Oh,
Arkansas.
all right,
Top one.
right. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I got it.
Alright, smart. Choose. I was gonna
No,
say
not.
because robot, but it's actually no. The armor really
It's the
isn't.
opposite. It's the complete opposite of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, this is the problem.
looks
This is the
alike.
problem with Roughneck because Roughneck suits like a lot of these daily specials, which is kind of annoying. But I think it's got to be one of them.
Breakers.
I
I mean, they're really scrappy.
I'm not against Backbreaker. I think Backbreaker is actually a perfectly fine day special for them to have. I think they can handle it. Why is it behind? Basically, this should be at the back. And there we go. Perfect. Yeah. So they can definitely get Backbreaker. But in terms of anything else, you could. I think it's a bit of free reign here. Flintlock, Burning Love.
I don't
Flintlock.
know what Flintlock does.
Flintlock is
Is that the explosion one?
Yeah, it just makes you bounce around like exploding.
Yeah, it makes you fly like rifles.
Yeah, and I almost see Flintlock as like the opposite of Smart Stout. It's like it's just complete abandon, like reckless abandon.
I mean, you could also there's Burning Love logic, right? Where like you're kind of counter rivals, then you're going to be on fire.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Like, yeah,
you convinced me very quickly. That's why I like Burning Love a lot too. It's my favorite drink. No, I think that makes on here.
Yeah.
Proudly made by the Founders Brewery.
All right.
Also, Burning Love, I think Burning Love's weird. I feel like Burning Love would it might taste good, but it's not. That's not the point. It's gonna hurt. It's like you know from regular show. You know the Mississippi Queen. Please tell me. Oh my god! I'll show you afterwards, and you'll understand. I might edit it in. I might.
That's how much you want to show it.
Yeah, but I'll show you afterwards. All right. I think that is actually perfectly acceptable. Dawn of the Dread. Oh god, okay.
Memory challenge.
Yeah, it's like that thing. Have you ever played the game where someone brings out like a tray of objects and it's like
my nan used to do it.
Yeah.
When we were at hers during some holidays, she would do like little schools for us because she was generally not fun. I say was, she's still alive and she still is generally not fun, but
but she was more active in her anti-fun behavior before.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she would make us try and remember like what stuff was on the tray, and then she took it away. She would also teach us like a couple words, and then like make sure we remember it like next week, like tactile, which in all fairness, I still remember what tactile is. It's something that feels good. So fair play on her. But the point is
Gut-wrecker. Surely, I feel like Gut-wrecker is a good one for them to fuck. Fucking stupid. This was. If anyone can't tell, I put this together last night.
During a haze, where it came to you in a dream, you woke up in the middle of the night. Yeah,
I woke up and this was here.
Yeah, you went to bed tucked in your sleep. You woke up and you were at your laptop. Like,
so I want to bring up something. I want to bring up Dark Morkite and Tunnel Rat. This is gonna be weird. I need to jump ahead a bit for some reason. I need to bring up Dark Future, because obviously it feels like an easy one to just allocate Dark Morkite to, but at the same time, it's also I feel like it's perfect for Tunnel Rat as well because I think of like shock absorption in the armor, but. Maybe
both got dark in there now. Best job done.
We take the easy route, which I guess means they get Tunnel Rat, Dawn of the Dread. I think these guys can take falls. That's what I'm saying. The Dread, I think
they scampered their walls. I don't even think they fought. No, they climb.
No, but I think I think of a Dreadnought, right? I think of the Glyphids. I feel like Glyphids wouldn't take fall damage if they could fall. You know, because because they're big bugs, and I think dreadnoughts especially. So I think these guys, they just fucking take falls. They'll just jump off anything, without any
And
care in the
extra legs
world.
will catch him.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like Scout will just land on his back, and he'll just like bounce upwards. He'll just bounce back up.
Scuttle up.
Ugh. Can you imagine his legs actually working and like Doctor
Yeah.
Octopus?
Scout
Horrible.
goes mad because of his like extra legs.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the idea behind Dawn of the Dread, is that these are kind of like insane dwarves who've gathered bits of glyphids and brought them back and like made armor out of them, which I love. I think that's a brilliant idea. Yeah, okay, perfect. That's Dawn of the Dread done. Roughneck. I hope this will be an easy one.
Roughneck.
I'm looking like at the previous slides to do this.
Eating.
Yeah, so obviously they get Rocky Mountain. Oh, fucking hell. I think that's an easy
I think
one.
it's just safe to assume that you just brought it forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they obviously get Rocky Mountain. That's easy. These guys were introduced with Doretta. So, you know, assuming you remember what Rocky Mountain does. I'm hoping you do.
Is that what makes you mine faster?
It does make you mine faster. But then when they get back to the rig, well,
I feel like
so we're going to face something here because I would love to use Blackout Stout. It's so hard not to. But then I think about Dark Future, right? I think Dark Future suit Wormhole Special and Blackout Stout very well, both of them. So, but I just feel like the Roughnecks fucking drink up a storm. You know.
I mean, I could see Season Moonrider for some reason.
I can see it. I can see it.
Like, you know, they're kind of like movement building. Like, they'd appreciate the low grav, like being able to like build scaffolding and stuff like that.
That's amazing. I love that idea. Okay. Well, yeah. Obviously, they're not going to get Smart Stout. Obviously, they're not going to get Smart Stout.
No, they're not like engineers. They're builders. They're all bloody male, mate. Or having a chip botty at lunch.
What?
That's their.
Yes.
Chip botty.
Yeah, that's what you think they would eat. You think they'd eat chip butties?
Oh yeah, have a burger breakfast.
I think
builders
a burger breakfast
in the morning. Well, that's what builders have. They have burgers in the morning.
Where
for
did you
brekkies.
learn this?
It's I went to like a restaurant with my uncle and granddad, and yeah, well, we had like a roast dinner because it was a Sunday. They do burgers in the morning for builders, and some people were having them. And to be honest, I was tempted.
I think I might have to get into this construction business, Tyler.
Yeah, well, I think you don't have to prove that you're a builder to get the burger.
I think I would have difficulty proving that I'm a builder if I tried to like.
For some reason, because all builders are like big blokes, they eat a lot of calories.
So I see what you're saying about Season Moonrider. They might like the weightless feeling, like they are very heavy set lads. You know, they're very.
Yeah, they like drink it and they start like floating away, and they're like, yeah.
It's like I've been craving this feeling, and then they're just in ecstasy, like they float upwards and jack off. And
then and then it ends, and then they just absolutely fucking plummet to the ground, like absolutely like faster than should be possible, like ignored physics.
I think we've had this exact conversation before. I'm not kidding. And about how Driller specifically would slam to the ground so quickly after like the gravity goes off or comes back on, I should say. Yeah. That I think that is the Roughnecks. I think that's got them perfectly down. And now we come to Dark Future. Oh god, so many. Oh dear.
You remember which of the ones we've got? Yeah,
well, I can see the slides.
Stop cheating!
What the fuck? It's not cheating.
Clearly cheating.
So I think Dark Future suits a lot of them. To be honest, like you could make an argument for Black Reach Blonde. Honestly, because it's like neon, like disco
Yeah,
style. You could give them
the
blackout
vibe
stout.
match.
You could give them wormhole. You could give them all this stuff.
Smart stout because they're like proper sci-fi.
Yeah, which is my way of saying let's just do that. Just give them, let's give them
This is
everything.
why Dark Future is the goat. It Flintlock. It doesn't actually not Flintlock.
Not Flintlock. No, not Flintlock. Yeah, it's just yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because it will continue the Dark Future being the best DLC vibe.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure if that still holds with the new one. Even though I haven't got it, but I still think it is pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is fine. The main point is allocating the daily specials, and that's not hard in this case.
Yeah.
Because there's only really one more. I guess I can also technically get rid of like a lot of them now. Like, yeah, yeah. That one goes as well. Got Record 2, Rocky Mountain. What?
Oh yeah, maybe actually no, yeah.
I can see everything. So now we
This
end with
tells you how bad my memory
supporter pack 1, and I think this was written from the start. You get your Glyphid Slammer premium, so you get them for free, and obviously you get pots of gold for free. It's obvious.
Yeah.
So.
And that is it.
Well, we do have these stragglers.
We can use the remaining ones to construct.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
A concept for probably at least 2.
Shit, I forgot what this PowerPoint was.
It's a tier list now, baby.
Oh,
welcome back,
yeah.
everyone.
Oh
We're
no,
here
what's that? That's ugly as hell.
for a tier list.
That's not the colour. There we go.
I mean, isn't there like a pen feature in this?
Yeah, hold on. Well, we'll kind of have to I guess what I'd have to do is something like this. We need our little window.
Can you not get rid of that?
No, I can get rid of it, but I want something that is the same as the white border.
You want a little like drawing board?
Kind of, yeah. No fill.
Whiteboard.
And then we can get rid of it. Why is it black? Why is it black? There's no reason for it to be black. It's supposed to be white.
Fill white.
It really wants to be black. Oh, I guess it's black. So yeah, now we have this lot to work with to make our, and these really are kind of the dregs.
Right.
I mean, these are definitely the dregs, aren't they?
Yeah.
These two, however, I would love a DLC that is made based on these two.
Well, I think
these little fucking like pygmy miners.
Leaf Lover and Underhill paints a pretty nice picture. Like we're talking like a lush Hobbiton like kind of situation where like the dwarves have retired or like they're in some way like living a life of relaxation. Like something very anti-dwarf is basically would be the goal.
So I think it would be like a very. It would be. So I'm actually going to bring up something to help visualize this, because I think it would be quite. It would be quite comfort focused. They would be wearing like nice clothes or something.
Yeah,
you know,
like casual dwarf clothing. Like I don't know what that is, but like probably just a normal fabric, like undershirt, like some kind of like suspenders. I like dwarves like suspenders, like.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. We kind of.
Honestly,
this
not
is just
far
to help
off.
you. This is just to help. This is just to help with the visualization.
Yeah, is not far off. Less obviously German, Lederhosen, but not far off.
Also, I just want to. Here's an easy one. Like, because we didn't actually put it in for obvious reasons. Like why this isn't in the video, but just just when it's like when the time comes, the time of the year, let them have it for free. If you,
Yeah.
yeah. So there's that. But yeah, so this is
Yeah.
this is, I guess this is the concept for a Leaf Lovers slash Underhill DLC. Um, but
Yeah, a
there are
casual
more.
like Worf when he's not on the job, um, is kind of the idea I would go with.
And maybe we can, because that's 3 beers. So let's do one more. Let's figure something out for all 3 of these together. There is definitely, I think, there is an element of randomization in all of them, isn't there? When you think about it, you randomize your build.
Flintlock is the explosion.
Yeah, but it's kind of like random, isn't it? It's like random explosions,
It
and
is
you get
random
turned into a
intervals.
random object, and you get given a random loadout.
I think barrel armor is actually
okay. You've actually, I did not expect you to come up with something so ingrained in Deep Rock. To be honest, that you would think of the barrel armor. Yeah, unfortunately,
I think it meets every criteria. Really.
Yeah, it's
like an object that
also,
you're like hiding in. Randomizer, it's pretty fucking random.
This is perfect. So here is something that someone made with like obviously the mod, the cosmetic restriction remover, where they have been able to do stuff with it. I like this guy. I love that this one here with the black crag, that literally looks like the Black Knight from Monty Python. Holy Grail. So yeah, if we finally get barrel armor, which we fucking should, for like, and if you want to look, guys, if you want to save that for the 10th anniversary, that's fine. It just has to happen at some point. I know that Robert is vehemently against it, but we have learned that Robert is not as his sensibilities are better than we realised, because obviously Skull Crusher happened, which I think was probably him overturning Mikkel's wish. We know that Mikkel is the guy who's not a big fantasy fan, so
yeah.
But then again, Robert's not a big barrel fan either, so I don't know what that says for us.
Murder us in our sleep.
But I actually think you've got well done.
Thank you.
Genuinely, well done. Also, I'm gonna do some shit. I think I can do this.
I'm always slightly unsettled whenever Harry is excited.
Okay, I think I'm right, pretty much right there. Misc Gallery. Oh damn it! Where is it? There it is. Okay, obviously there are a couple of unused beers, but that's not relevant. This one is relevant though. This is Bronzebeard Bitter. Bronzebeard Bitter, after you drink it, would make it so you would kick barrels explosively.
Perfect.
So yeah. I think the other ones are actually really cool though. Like, look at this. Tooth grinder.
Oh, wow.
It's got a bit of a Dreadnought vibe, a little bit, I guess. It's my favourite one. Asgaraz Ale.
Space Barrels Company.
Yep, Space Barrels. That's us. We made it. Miner's Lament, which kind of I think probably became Black Lock Lager. And I think this is the last one. It is Canary Dew, which I mean, you know, you could bring these back for like
Seventh Dwarves Brewery.
DLC.
There's a lot of breweries.
Yeah, Seventh Dwarf. That one is actually, that comes up a couple of times. Yeah, this one's from the Mountain Dwarves Brewery. But either way, yeah, I think you can see what I meant, how this wasn't going to be particularly serious. But I like where this went. I like where this went. I wasn't expecting to end up something like this, and I'm really happy about it. And I guess it makes sense when we got to the end, like, to do something like that. Obviously, these slides are complete messes now.
Only a little bit.
I mean, look at that. But I think it's cool.
How far we came.
And it's just a fun exercise because, like I said before, this is not a serious proposition about like they should do this for all the DLCs. At the same time,
No, but
it is
there is an element.
if they did, this is
There
our
is an element that moving forward doesn't seem to be a bad idea to gain inspiration from the drinks, as Skull Crusher proves, right? I mean, admittedly, I'm not sure about some of the others, right? Like, I feel like I don't know how much you're gonna get from Rocky Mountain example, unless you go full classic dwarf, like no ifs, ands, or
I guess
buts,
that's
straight up
I
out
guess
of the
that is like
Hobbit.
the idea of how like basing future DLCs off of them. I would love like Season Moonrider as like a classic astronaut like outfit,
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
like classic like cosmonaut, like literally like a tinfoil spacesuit kind of thing almost. Um or like what we did with I guess Hidden Dwarf. That's for the barrel armor. That's a perfect, obviously that already exists, barrel armor, but Flintlock Delight, pirates,
Yeah.
maybe? Cowboys, something like that.
Or not cyberpunk. We'll get there.
What?
Steampunk.
Steampunk. Steampunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because flintlocks are that kind of thing generally.
Also, I mean, obviously it's not in here because it's not publicly available, but like for like the streamer DLC, Black Reach Blonde would have been perfect, I think.
Yeah, same color scheme.
Wormhole Special would be great for some kind of weird like far lands, like Lovecraftian like armor where like they have like weird like floating shit on them, and like they're like surrounded by mist or something like that. Yeah, I mean, not that once again, not that you should necessarily like dogmatically be like, oh, all DLCs have to be based on drinks, but it just shows you inspiration can come from the strangest of places.
Yeah,
Like dreams.
and sometimes they are straight fire, and others maybe not quite.
Yeah. That actually knocked the last thing I was going to say out of my head.
Good.
I've got
I've
got a letter here though from the NHS. So
maybe you shouldn't read out your crippling diabetes.
my HIV diagnosis.
Yeah, you're gonna have sex to get that, right?
Oh, I know.
I don't know what you're hoping to gain out of this.
It's actually an invitation to like for a research program.
I think
I don't think
lot of
this is
people can
unique
get
though.
that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think this is definitely a widespread thing. For
It's
sure.
like blood testing or blood.
I'll have to wear my biohazard armor and spew Mactera brew all over them.
Someone should do that. Like go into like a science experiment with a stomach full of eggs of like flies.
And they open you up and they say,
like,
I'll go with something for the beans. They will open me up and they're like, this is food, this is beans.
Yeah.
Like the guy with the computer.
Yeah, you just like before you go in, you drain your stomach of all of its acid and then fill it full of beans. Like when they're like, yeah, and they just have no fucking idea what to do.
I mean, I think the funniest one would actually just be like peeled, like boiled eggs, like whole boiled eggs.
Or just like shove a bunch of them up their ass.
They're
And
not.
so like when
They're
they
not
like have to
peeled though.
take a stool
Like they
sample,
are. They
it's
are
just,
boiled
like,
eggs, but they still have the shells
eggs.
on.
Yeah. Moral of the story. Anyway, out of content, please go ship, please.
No,
we're almost there now. I mean, we are expecting news this month, aren't we?
We're expecting
That is
something.
the assumption.
What was it? I think it was in the
Because
newsletter.
next month we can start actually beginning to expect early access road core. It was early
closed
season,
alpha. Closed alpha.
Yeah, that. Early quarter 2, right? Is what it was, or just quarter 2?
It was just quarter 2, quarter 2. But I don't think it'd be necessarily be late.
Considering it was originally quarter 1, it's probably not too late.
Yeah, come on, guys. Yeah, and I think
the fact that they've said they got news this month, and then we're going to be getting a below decks.
I think there's going to be a couple things. Aaron said something in the newsletter about doing something just on the way that the Reclaimers look. Something about an actual, like, potentially doing an actual showcase of the dwarves. I don't know what that would look like, because I think it might just be in below decks. Either way, that's fine. It's cool.
Because I did
Um,
see. I do actually intend to watch a video on that. Because it did sound pretty good. Like what the Reclaimers are. Um,
mhm, mhm, mhm.
maybe
I'm,
one day I'll watch our own videos.
I don't.
But yeah, because you're in all of them. At
Yeah,
least I've got the pleasure of not being in some of them.
yeah. I feel like we're like Actually, I probably shouldn't do that. I was gonna make a comparison between us and Nelson and Murdoch, attorneys at law, because
Is,
it's
is
like
that one of us is dead?
no, no. That's what I said. That's why I said I probably shouldn't do this. You actual
I
piece of shit. Luckily,
w-
luckily, I'm going to be editing the
wish.
video, which means I can put in at the beginning spoiler warning for Daredevil Born Again and really confuse everyone.
I wish that I could spoil someone. That someone who gets this far in the video wants to watch Born Again but hasn't got around to it yet. Like it's such a tiny brackets, right? That they watch our channel, they watch this video, they watch this video to this point, they want to watch the Daredevil but they haven't seen it yet, and like all of that comes together, and this one motherfucker gets spoiled. I would find that very funny.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it's such a low. It's actually a very low chance of like obviously not many people make it to the end of videos anyway, and then the chance of any of the people who do like it affecting them. Okay, maybe I will
yeah.
leave it in.
Yes.
Yes.
Just know that whoever just got spoiled, that it's all Harry's fault. He could have prevented it. There you are.
No, my idea was
Well, he is
like
fucking
because
dead.
obviously this is what we do. This is us practicing law, but then because of everything else I do, I'm clearly like, in, involved in some kind of vigilanteism with all my other videos.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. In
And
fact, you could go further than that. You know, you could say like the news stuff is like when Matt does like a job, like takes on a client independently, like which is obviously a lecturer. So go ship her a
yeah.
lecturer, and then the Overclock showcases is the actual vigilante stuff. Um, yeah, and of course, what they also means is that if we do have a break at some point, as soon as we come back, Titus is going to die.
Yeah. Well, we have had a couple breaks. So
um, no, it's just whether or not we do like an actual like month or two
those were
at
just
some point before
okay.
Rogue,
Like
but we might do that.
have we had, how many have we had? Like two,
Hmm?
three.
What?
What season are we on?
Of what? Of Barrel Vision?
Yeah.
Um, that's a good question. I don't know how you would really do that. I think well,
Years.
we definitely have multiple. Oh, then it's season 3. Wait, wait,
Is it four?
wait. Hold
We
on.
started when season 2 was coming
We
out.
started in 2022. So it's 2022, 2023, 20. Yeah, this is the 4th year.
Oh fuck.
What the fuck?
Oh.
What?
Wait, how's it? I
No, it
guess getting
is.
cooling
It will.
22.
It will. You know,
Oh wow.
obviously we haven't been doing it for 4 years yet, but we started on the January 1st, 2022. I'm pretty sure. So it's been
Yeah.
3 years, 3 months, basically.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Good. All right. That sits a little better in my head.
does it?
Well,
I think I saw something recently. I think really fucked me. I think it might have been Transformers or something. How like the first Transformers movie actually came out 18 years ago or something. It was something
I
like that.
mean, I watched a video about Shrek 2, and now that's 20 years old, and the fella looked at like all the references and see how well they aged.
Well, yeah, I mean they started production on Lord of the Rings like the films in '99. So the Lord of the Rings films went into production in like 26 years ago.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean they're not.
I do
they're not
think The Lord of the
new.
Rings is like older than us. Is that true? I think it is.
Well, in general,
Did
yes.
they come out?
Um, Return of the King technically. So well, they all came out I think in December of their years, which means that only Fellowship of the Ring is older than you.
Oh yeah, you're a baba.
Yeah, you're older than Two Towers and Return of the King, but I'm not older than. I'm only older than Return of the King because, which is crazy. Only one of those films of the 3 came out when I was born, like when I was alive. The
Wait,
other
it was
two
a
came out
year
before I was
after
alive.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they filmed it all in one go.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's because it's a fucking it's insane. It's insane. I could do I could do something.
You could talk about Lord of the Rings.
I could talk about the fact that watching the appendices, like the behind the scenes documentaries that they've made for the films, are so good that they made me cry.
Is that where they had the fellow who played Gandalf cry in it? Was that
well,
when you cried
for the Hobbit ones. Yes, that is.
when he had a breakdown?
But I watched them from. I watched. See, watching the appendices in that order doesn't make sense. Like, you should obviously watch the appendices starting with Lord of the Rings, because that's like the chronology of the production. But I watched the Hobbit ones first, and then Lord of the Rings, which means it ends with the final day on set of Return of the King, which is the final scene of he gets shot, with Frodo, and they basically. It's so sad because what they do, they just end up. It's so obvious they're just doing like an obnoxious amount of takes just because Peter Jackson doesn't want to stop. Like, there is no energy in the. It's just like, go again, and like he finally just submits and just gets up and just hugs Elijah Wood, and they just start crying, and it's like, this is amazing.
Oh.
This is brilliant, and I couldn't help but shed a tear in commemoration of this triumphant achievement. Much like you should have shed a tear at the triumphant achievement that is this video. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, please make sure to like and subscribe. I think you did. You know, I don't think it was a disaster. It was just, this is the kind of tone I wanted anyway. But obviously, if you enjoyed this, please make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this and you want to stay on top of everything to do with Deep Rock and Roadcore. And also click the bell. And as always, thank you to our wonderful member, Boxbox Scoot. It's still just the one. That sounded really needy.
He's a real one. That's the simple
anyway,
matter of the fact.
We'll see you next week with podcast. It'll probably be a shorter one, but that's fine. Unless something crazy happens. But yeah, we'll see you soon. I'll see you next Tuesday. What?
I'll say that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't say it because when you actually like list out the letters that it starts with. Well, actually, no, it's not, is it? Because like C doesn't start with the letter C.
That's actually true.
But obviously,
and you is also
the idea. The idea is that I remember on the last day of primary school, someone wrote. We basically had these little books. It's literally it's just such a stupid thing. They give us these little books. It's basically just get everyone to write a message in these books for you. It's like, okay.
So you don't write it on your shirt.
One of my friends wrote "See you next Tuesday" in there, and so it's "See you," the letters "See you" next Tuesday. And of course, in case you didn't know, the joke is it says "cunt." Just thought you should know that. All right. Well,
yeah.
a good thing I have a lot of time now to. Actually, no, I don't have time to edit this video because. No, I don't. Not really. Unless it gets uploaded later than normal, because otherwise I have to go away and edit it now and leave Tyler hanging. But I won't do that.
Rope.
I'm just trying to remember the thing that I said I would put in though.
It was the
Mississippi
fire
Queen.
one, wasn't it?
Got it. All right. See you guys.